on Utopia Podcast. The party wake up on the road and head towards Winston. They find the farm village nestled in a valley in the mountains. Journey through town, praying at a fountain of Mysheria along the way, and make it to the Lying Woodpecker, the inn of the village. They decide to stay, renting rooms, and begin to question the sad members of the inn, all with missing family of some kind. And that is where we find the party.
He'll pat his face again and look up at you.
Yeah, Livy's also gonna like.
Can you bring my Goldie back?
Who's Goldie?
My wife. Well, she's not here.
When was the last time you saw your Goldie?
We came to ask you some questions.
3 days ago.
Did she say anything? Did
She went out to her friends to give them a pie at the edge of town, and then she just never came back and never got the pie, and no one ever found the pie.
So she never made it to her friends?
Mm-mm. It was a walk through town. She wasn't in the woods. She wasn't in the fields. It was a Bigfoot getting into town. In the middle of the day.
Middle of the day? That is peculiar. Can you, kind of show, so it was just in the middle of town? Can you kind of describe her route where she would have gone?
We live just a few blocks north of here, and she would have went all the way up to the northwest corner of town, just by the mixing it up, and just had our 60th wedding anniversary.
This must be incredibly hard for you. I'm so sorry.
The dog, still letting you pet it, but gets up, Zeva, and turns and puts its head on the man's leg. This is her dog, Rainbow.
Is your dog a good tracker?
Oh no. He's lived a life indoors. I own a few farms, but I'm a trader. I manage the carts that come to and fro and make sure that this town sells its goods and brings back, and it's all for naught.
We'll do our best to find Goldie, was it?
Yes, Goldie.
We'll find her. You lived. All right.
What does Goldie look like?
She's about 4'7". Blonde hair, like the setting sun. And a beard so soft, could be made of silk.
She sounds beautiful.
Is
she also a dwarf like you, or?
Mm-hmm.
Olivia is like jotting this down.
The woman next to him pats him on the back a little harder and says, There, Frederick will find her, same as we'll find my Wren.
Can you tell us a little bit about Rint?
Well, Wren he's about this tall. He's got black.
How tall is this tall?
Yeah, she's
what is
sitting.
she?
She's sitting on a stool, and she puts her hand just above her head, and she looks to be elvish. She looks to be fairly tall herself.
Okay, so he's tall.
So he's fairly tall. We just started dating, and I have to say it was love at first sight, and I miss that sight. And she starts crying herself.
Livy will take out one of his many, many handkerchiefs. Not Morgus's one. He wouldn't be mean.
Yeah.
And will give it to her.
Mm-hmm. She uses it. She blows her nose a little loudly in it. He's been gone for about a week now.
When was the last time you saw him?
I went out into the woods to go trapping. I went and checked his traps, and there's no trail of footprints, and his catch was still there. And it's like he'd never existed at all.
And you didn't hear anything, you didn't... I mean, nothing? No tracks?
Tried to track him, but I couldn't find anything.
Are you also a hunter?
Oh, no. No. I'm a leather worker. And process what he catches. That's how we met. Just moved to town about a month ago. Needed out of the city, you know.
Oh, what city?
Florencia.
Oh, we've just come from there.
Yeah. It's nice out here.
It seems quiet, which is unusual, given what's happening. Do you know of anyone else in here that might be willing to speak with us that lost someone temporarily? Not lost someone, obviously, but
Well, Caesar over there points to a large bear-shaped man. Full fur, ears, snout, claws. Just sitting in the chair in front of the fire.
Is he like an actual bear?
He's like an actual bear.
And I'm sorry, your name was?
Hannah.
Well, thank you, Hannah.
Can I make...
Did I give you a name
pleasure
already?
meeting
That was
you.
something different? Because if I did, I forgot.
Oh, okay.
It is a pleasure meeting you. Hannah, I wish it were under better circumstances. We will.
At this point, you all watch as Zara walks into the room, and the man behind the bar's demeanor instantly shifts. His face gets soft, and his cheeks get a slight rouge from what you can see in his dark complexion, and he gets the widest smile. And he looks directly at Zara as this happens, and he goes, My beautiful wife. And she kind of smiles back at him with lovesick puppy eyes and says, my handsome husband. And she turns and heads back into the kitchen. He kind of watches as she goes and watches the doorway. And kind of snaps to. Starts washing dishes again.
Is everybody here lovesick or something?
I have a question. Caesar, is Hannah, the person he lost, was it a romantic partner of theirs?
Yep. Well,
how many people?
I guess it depends on what you mean by romantic partner. Someone he loved. It's his son.
How many? Okay. Well, that is not a romantic partner.
Well,
that would be a little bit weird if it was romantic. If it was.
All right.
They love each other, but hopefully it's not romantic.
Maybe I need an education on the definition of romantic, because
I
thought friendships could be romantic. I thought family could be. Anyway.
I think maybe the word you're looking for is unconditional.
Yeah, unconditional love is different than romantic
that's
love.
right.
Yes, romanticism. A love between. Yeah, yes, it's different than familiar
Maybe
love.
this isn't the conversation for now.
Yeah, this isn't the conversation. You're right.
Oh, and
if there's any,
Charles over there. She points to the person at the organ.
Thank you very much. If there is anything else we can do for you, please don't hesitate to ask. All right?
All right.
I'm gonna go to Caesar because I really wanted to meet a real bear.
Mm-hmm.
Just a real ass bear.
What's Zibba doing while this conversation is happening?
She's sitting on the ground, absentmindedly petting the dog and crying.
Aw, actually no. If he's crying,
I don't think anyone knows. She's all the way sitting on the ground, but just absentmindedly, silently crying.
Olivia will silently pat her shoulders and give a small little smile. Before he goes over to the real ass fucking bear.
Yeah, what do you say to Caesar?
Hello Caesar. My name is Livy. I'm an adventurer and I'm looking into the disappearance of people, and I've heard you lost your son. Does he growl at me?
Doesn't growl at you. He has a cup of tea in his hand and he's just looking stoically into the flames.
I was wondering if you could describe his disappearance a little bit, if that is okay.
There's sort of a... Mia looks towards you and kind of sizes up everyone. 5 days ago, my son went to tend our bees. I asked him to check the hives to the south of town, and I checked the hives to the north of town. When I got back from checking the hives, he just never came back. He just never returned. He turns and looks back at the fire.
These bears keep honeybees. I'm going to be sick. That's so cute.
Yeah. was like, did you have these bears keep honey? Honey, did you do that? I was trying not to because this is very serious. I love it so much, but I'm like, this is a very serious conversation. But also, these real ass bears are keeping honey.
Morgus is gonna like just kind of lean over to Sille.
You think we could get some of that honey?
Morgus, I hardly think this is the time to think about food. I mean, I'm sure they'd be more than willing, but I think we should get his son back first.
Yeah, no, I'll just keep that in mind for later then.
Our reward, give us your honey, bears.
Let's find his son first, and then we can talk.
And your picnic
farmers
baskets.
Market essentials.
Yeah, I wonder what sort of conditioner Goldie uses on her beard if it's like silk.
Something to motivate us finding her, I suppose.
Absolutely.
Did yours, you said it was south of town. Was it in the woods? Or in the field?
Oh, no.
South?
Our bees tend to the flowers of the orchards and the vegetables and the fruit in the fields, so we keep the hives close.
Is that something he would go out and do often on his own?
Mm-hmm. I'm about to retire. I'm an old bear.
You don't look that old.
You don't know bears.
No, I don't know bears. You don't look that old to me.
That's very kind of you.
And what is your son's name?
Ralph.
Well, we'll bring Ralph home to you.
All right. He's got white fur. And blue eyes. And he's a little shorter than me, but he's a lot stronger. Like I said, I'm an old bear.
All right.
Well, thank you. We appreciate, I'm sure that was hard to recount.
Anything that helps, right?
Of course.
Thank you very much. We are going to talk to you, the last person by the organ, but if there's anything you need from us, please say it. Please ask. Marie?
Just bring my son back.
Of course.
My only hope is that no one's found any bodies yet. There's been people missing for 3 weeks? 2 weeks?
Was there anything... Do you remember anything odd before the first disappearance happened? Anything unusual?
There seemed to be an awful lot of people just happy. Like they were fulfilled, full of love of some kind. That's all. Seems to prey on us people that love the strongest, you know?
Yes. Livy will, take a look at the bartender again, back where the shopkeeper lived, and he'll frown. Like a very, very worried frown.
I'm gonna kind of side-eye Livy.
I am going to go find the accountant for just 1 second. Can you...
Sybil, are you still sitting on the floor laughing or crying?
Well, sorry. This is just so funny to her.
It's not like no, it's not like a hard cry. Like it's like you could stare at the ceiling and you wouldn't cry, but like if you tilt your head down, you'd cry. You know what I mean? Like it's just like barely a cry in silence, just on the floor. Which honestly, I thought I had a few more hours tonight before I would be crying on the floor of a bar, but that's the mood right now.
Sad organ music is still playing, Livy, as you make your move.
Can you guys do me a favor and question him? I'm just a little bit worried about our friend.
Sure. I can try. Godfrey goes
Yeah,
up.
like, can you question the last...
Actually,
Yeah, I suppose I can go over and have a chat.
Thank you. I'm hoping it's just going to be a base sphere, but I'm going to check on her for just a second.
Sure.
All right, Sille, you head to Charles at the organ. Is anyone else going with Sille?
Yeah, Godfrey will go.
Godfrey?
I'm not going to come up right behind him. I'm going to kind of approach from the side, and I'm going to put my hand like on the top of the organ just to kind of signify that I'm there and not to like throw him off.
He looks up at you, gives you kind of like an acknowledging motion with his head, and then just keeps playing. There was no misstep in the music as he did so.
Excuse me, do you have a moment to speak with us? My friend Godfrey and I here. Are we bothering you if we ask you a couple of questions?
You can ask me whatever you would like.
I don't mean to make assumptions, but I take it that sorrowful playing, you've been affected by the disappearances going on?
Yep. About the same time Ralph was gone, my Betsy was stolen as well.
And who is Betsy?
My sister.
And I take it you have affection for this sister? She's a sister you get along with.
We're a team. We never married. We just lived on the farm, took it over from the family, and just she's my best friend.
Morgus will kind of sidle up to Sille and Godfrey.
What was she doing? Do you mind if I ask when she went missing? Was she running errands?
Nope, she was at home. I was in the fields. It was a muddy day, and the cart got stuck, and came home. She was gone.
I'm sorry, you said it was muddy. Did you see if she'd run off in another direction? Did you see where she'd or where something had taken her?
No footprints anywhere.
On a muddy day, no footprints.
Yep. But I hear Bigfoots are good at sneaking around.
Well, let's not jump to conclusions, but we do want to find her.
It's no conclusion. There's a Bigfoot around.
So she vanished 5 days ago. In the middle of your home?
Nope. 10 days ago, I think.
10 days.
What day is
I thought
it?
you said it was when Ralph disappeared.
What's the date?
Right?
How long has it been?
Well, today's date is
5 days ago. Ralph went missing 5 days ago.
it's the 20th
This man has
of 5.
gray shocks. Yeah, gray shocks in his hair. His hands are moving deftly. He still doesn't miss a note as he's talking to you all and thinking. But they're like wrinkled and thin. He's older in years.
Is your sister younger than you? Older than you?
Younger by about 12 months. What do they call those? Tiefling twins, I think. That's what they call them.
Younger by how many months?
About 12.
Oh,
Jopi's version of Irish twins. I'm an almost Irish twin. 1 month, that bastard. If only I would have been born 1 month sooner. No, it's not my fault. If only he had been born 1 month. It's his fault. My brothers.
Are you gonna find her? My Betsy?
no promises, but we'll try.
Do you take requests at all?
The music stops. And he turns to look at you. I used to. Go on.
Well, sort of, have you heard? It's an old folk tune. Da 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 do da do dum da dum.
Yeah. And this little more cheery song. He plays it in a minor key. So it's recognizable as the song.
I love
but
that.
it's sad.
I'm gonna go outside.
God, why can't these mourners just cheer the fuck up?
The fuck kind of wake is this?
All right. Let's.
At this point, you all are shocked by the sound of shattering glass. As Zara walks back from the kitchen and Philip drops a glass in his awe of seeing her. And Olivia, we're gonna go back to you.
It's fantasy, Amos.
Okay, I actually went to find her.
I'm trying to make a point.
Okay.
I got the point. It's pretty heavily put, actually.
Is it too heavy-handed?
Nah, good.
Should I take it back?
Never.
I love this.
The sound of breaking glass shocks you. The mayor loves his wife.
I'm gonna grab onto Morgus
what
and
just
Godfrey and
happened.
go, that man's a goner. We have to do something.
Livy's already
It's all right.
close to the bar. Are you're trying to follow Zara or Philip?
Well, Philip was just standing there, right? Like, Zara is the one who left.
Yeah.
I was following Zara. Because, I was like,
Okay.
loved ones leaving, separating.
She just goes right back to the front desk and starts working in a book, writing numbers and doing calculations of ledgers and costs and orders and things.
Hey, I have a question.
Yeah.
Do you often walk? This is going to sound incredibly creepy. Do you often walk alone when you go into town to do the store work? Again, I don't realize how that sounds, but
Livy becoming the new
Well,
suspect.
I don't leave the house very often, to be honest, but I tend to take my husband with me whenever I leave.
all right. It's just I'm questioning more and more people, and it seems very specifically people who are taken have very, very close loved ones, and I would recommend
Oh,
you and your husband stick close together if you're leaving. I would recommend avoiding. I just got worried, is all. Apologies.
this large smile spreads across her face. You're saying we should just lock ourselves in a room and
Oh my god.
ignore the world for a while?
You know what?
That's a great
know what?
idea.
Kinda
As
starting to
Morgus
wish
walks
they would.
outside.
You know what? Whatever keeps you safe. I was going to recommend you just stay in Paris, but if that's what you want, then go for it.
Oh, great. Philip! She like comes out from behind the pot, yelling into the other room. We're going upstairs!
Wow, we should name the firstborn after you.
Anchor is an all-in-one podcasting platform that allows you to record, edit, add music, publish across every platform. It gives you your own website, allows you to customize and brand that website, and honestly, it's all in one place and it's so easy. You literally just drag and drop and drag and place, and it is so easy. I'm not even sure if the podcast would have made it this far if it weren't so quick and convenient. So if you are thinking about starting a podcast or currently have a podcast, why not switch to Anchor? It's a all-in-one free podcasting platform, and all you have to do is download the Anchor app or go to anchor.fm to get started. Seriously, download the app, go to anchor.fm, and get started.
You know, Livy, if someone disappeared without a loved one, there wouldn't be anyone to mourn them. And we wouldn't have a lead. So just because everyone is mourning and did lose someone they loved doesn't mean that everyone who's gone missing is unconditionally loved.
I realize that in my head, but I don't know. I just have a feeling.
Okay.
It seems very... It feels like something, especially when it just seems very weird and suspicious that all of a sudden everyone, like a certain sect of people, started being very happy and fulfilled. And then those people
Vanished
who were
without
very
a trace.
close to each other started getting kidnapped.
But not only kidnapped, but vanishing from the middle of
Vanishing.
town or from buildings.
If you've noticed, they're all from different sides. Someone's like south, northwest, central, east. They're all different parts of the town. Completely different. All without a trace.
Well, I think Morgus will look up at Sille. I think Philip's safe.
I think that man isn't going anywhere anytime soon.
No, I think the one with rippling pectorals is more in danger.
In this immediate instance, quite possibly.
I'm wondering if we shouldn't check out the Church of Myceria while we're here. It's the last time we had any inclination of people randomly vanishing. It was in the cellar of the church in Florencia. Right?
Yes, and
I don't think we can rule out there's
That's
anything, so similar going on here without following up and at least checking in with the priestess of this town.
Well, there's another parallel. In both situations, a blonde dwarf disappeared.
I'm gonna look for one of the other staff or
Yeah, as Philip left, the sister that was standing next to Zara takes his place behind the bar.
Miss. Hello. Hi.
Hi.
Do you happen to know of any organizations around here that help with, say, community work?
I'm not directly familiar with anything like that, but my husband talks about being a vigilante from time to time.
oh god, the one
Oh,
in
what now?
the one who's taking care of the horses.
He,
So you're saying the hunky one outside has a dangerous side?
I don't know. I thought it was all made up, but he runs around to new people who enter and goes, Cece! And they seem very scared.
I'm sorry. Can you do that hand motion one more time, please?
CC! And she holds up the C shape with both of her hands in front of her chest and like pumps them outward at you as she says CC.
He must have some very redeeming qualities.
Again, he's the one with the horses, all right? He sleeps with...
Oh, he loves the horses.
And
Like,
Does he relate
do
to
you
them?
love the horses?
I love what tending to horses does to... Oh,
Godfrey leaves the room. He can't be here anymore. Nope.
You know
Well,
Can I say, I think at this point, someone's gonna like rub her face into the dog one last time, and then get up and just look at this lady with like still tears, a few tear streaks down her face. Just go, do you have paper and something to write with?
Why are you crying?
Can I just have some
yeah,
paper
okay,
and something to write with? She's gonna join at the bar
Yeah,
with
she
everyone else crying.
pulls out like a small square sheet of paper. You'll have to get a pen at the desk. You don't keep ink back here. You all saw Philip breaking glasses, I'm sure.
I've got one for you, Ziba. Didi.
Okay.
Here you go. You're welcome.
Thank you.
It's got gold ink.
That's some fancy-ass...
Doesn't.
Have you met
I know, I
Morgus?
have. It's just sometimes.
I'm gonna. Sille's gonna start walking out back, outside towards the stalls.
I'm going with Zilla.
God.
I'm gonna hang out
Head.
with Didi for a second. Do you want me to stay here, or do you want a hug?
I didn't mean to. I thought they'd be angry or mad at me. I didn't want to hurt anyone, and now I think I hurt a lot of people when I left, and I didn't tell them anything. I didn't say goodbye, and what if they're as sad as all the people here? And I didn't want to hurt anyone. I just thought they would be maybe upset, and I didn't even think because I was having so much fun and how much it hurt them. And she's just like trying to like write this letter, but all she's written so far is just, sorry, I'm okay.
Yeah.
It's okay. I understand. We'll stay. I have plenty of paper. We have more ink, and we'll stay here as long as we need to. Until... Alright?
What could I possibly say to make it better after what I put them through?
Well, I'm sorry is a good start. And letting them know you're okay, because I think if your family is as close and as caring as it seems like, I think that's what they're really concerned about, is if you're okay.
I was just gonna kind of cry a bit more and just kind of stare at the paper for a
How
while.
about
Doesn't really know.
telling
to
them a
write.
little bit about the adventures you had so far? Would that sound okay? Or maybe how you feel?
Does it really matter how you feel if you hurt people along the way?
I think so. You're a person too. And I think identifying why you felt like that will help you not hurt people again.
Okay, she's gonna like take her arm and kind of hide the paper from you and just
Yeah, Livy will
writing.
turn around. He won't read it if clearly Ziba does not want him to read it.
I'm turning around as I guess Ziba finishes, and I'm like, all right, let's go meet the very weird man who is throwing CCs in people's faces, and rejoin the group. Because if I remember correctly from a few minutes ago when we talked to them, that's what they were doing.
Are you trying to make me feel better? Or is that real?
No, that's real. There is someone throwing 2 C's in people's faces and shouting CC. That's just a part of our reality.
Okay, but I have to mail this letter.
Of course. I go over to... Is there anyone working here, or are they off boating?
Oh, no, yeah. One of the sisters is behind the bar still, cleaning up the mess that the husband has left behind.
Do you know where we can mail this letter?
Yeah, I can take it.
DD, you good?
You won't read it, right?
No. Synth Crab? Farmville? Orchard Town? Where's this going?
Synth grab. We're not gonna come on the fact that I think about that.
Do you remember? Hey, Dee, do you remember where you live?
I live in Synth Crab. I'm from Synth Crab. Okay, it's been a while, but I do remember that.
Yeah, we'll make sure it gets there. A courier comes once a week, so he was here. Yeah, I mean, actually, he was here like 4 days ago, so it won't take too long.
Okay, do I have to... Levy, what do I write as a return address?
I don't think you have to if you don't want to, but you can write the return address if you want.
I don't have a return address. What am I gonna do if they want to talk to me and they can't reach me because I don't have a return address?
I could reactivate my old P.O. box. When I used to be a professor.
Isn't that only for professors? Professor office box?
That was so fast.
That's one of the dumbest things I ever said, I think.
I'm so happy right now.
Professor.
No, it's a post office box. It's just where I got mail.
Okay.
I didn't want people to know where I lived.
Well, we can't tell them the address of our secret base.
Well, no, it's like you buy a location where mail is sent to, so it doesn't have to be where you're at. Because
that
I had
might
a lot of
work.
really weird students when I was a professor, and I didn't want them to know where I lived. And their parents. Ugh.
I mean, how about if a student were the... No. Anyway, yeah, let's...
A haunted expression. Anyway.
Okay, that'll work. I don't know your P.O. box, though. How do you... Is that different?
Oh, let me just write it down.
Okay. Don't read it!
No, just, he flips the letter. And writes a return, like his return address, which I totally know.
Mm-hmm.
I'm just choosing not to say so people don't flood Livy's P.O. box.
Right.
He's a private individual.
Beautiful. What's everybody else doing?
Sille is going to look around. Who's near me? Who's...
I am. Is that okay?
I hate to. Just going to kind of grip her fist at her side. I'm going out back. Would you like to join me?
Oh, what are we going out back for?
I don't want to say it out loud yet. Because I'm worried I'm right.
Oh, this'll be juicy. No, let's go. This'll be good.
I'm going to head out back.
What's Godfrey doing? Does Godfrey see this?
I think when we last left off, Godfrey had left the building to go back out towards the stables area.
Beautiful. So you are standing watching Kevin gently caress the horse of a face while he kisses its nose.
Kevin. Kevin.
Yeah.
I have 2 questions. First, where's your shirt? It's getting late and it's getting kind of cold.
That's a good question. Maybe I left it in the nap time spot. Kind of looks around.
Okay. The second question. Are you the gentleman who's been running around to people saying CC, throwing it up in their face?
He looks around really quickly. He looks over to you. CC!
Thank you for answering my question. Perhaps we should go have a conversation in private?
He his jaw drops and his eyes get really big and he gets really excited. Are you from the are you in the and he starts getting really loud, talking really
guide
loud.
him back somewhere in the stables where we'd be more private. And I look around to see if any of my compatriots are around. Not seeing.
You see Sille and Morgus walk out the door and head the opposite direction.
I'll try to
back to the
wave
back
them
of the
down quickly. If they see me or not is up to them. And regardless of what they do, I just lead Kevin away.
Yeah. Sille and Morgus, what are your passive perceptions?
12.
How'd you just
11.
know that off the top of your head?
Because it's in front of me. It is just 10 plus your modifier, though. Plus proficient, your skill modifier.
You have more memory in your pinky than I do in my whole body.
I don't think either of you see Godfrey waving.
Okay.
I'm gonna walk over to where Kevin was before.
Oh, you definitely see them then if you're walking towards them. I thought you were walking the
Oh,
other
no.
direction.
I was walking to look for Kevin.
Oh, yeah.
Oh,
I'll
should we not interrupt Sille? That looks a
I'll
little
catch
private.
Godfrey's eye or try and catch Godfrey's eye, and I'll kind of cock my eyebrow a little bit. And I'll notice that he's with Kevin, and then real low key, kind of down towards my middle, I'll hold up 2 C's and act like I'm trying for nobody else but Godfrey to see it.
Okay. What do you do, Godfrey?
I'll give a thumbs up and then point in the direction I'm taking Kevin.
Morgus will twiddle his fingers, and this sort of glittery white and gold hand will just do 1 C in the air and then fade away into nothing.
Wait, are they with you?
Yes.
Are you sure?
Sille holds up the CC again.
Because a lot of people in town have been doing that thing to me, but then they look away and laugh and run, and I don't think they know what I know.
Yeah, no, they're with me. We've been on the road.
Cool. Yeah, you smell.
We could use a bathe in the spring, but that's for another time.
Yeah. It gets kind of cold at night, but it's fun.
For sure. But if we will. Do you have a private spot?
What's up? Okay. Move over, Sally. And he just walks to the back of one of the stalls with the horses. It's like a gray speckled mare. She just kind of looks back at you and doesn't really care. Just munches her hay. What's up?
All right.
Sille and Morgus appear in the doorway of the stall.
Is this a very secure stable, as stables go, for this sort of meeting?
What do you mean, secure? No one steals any horses around here.
No, I mean for secrets.
Yeah. Yeah.
All right.
So, Kevin,
Cool.
can you verify with me what you mean by CC?
Carousel Court.
That's what I thought. We are from
What the fuck is the carousel court?
Morgus.
Sille just rubs her temple.
Please.
It's a thing. Wait, should I tell him?
He knows. This is...
I can't
This
be
is a
trusted.
joke.
You really shouldn't.
We were sent from the Florenzia chapter to come help.
That's a fancy one. That's like the OG.
Yes.
It's more like a cell than a chapter, really.
A cell? What's a
Yeah.
cell?
Yeah.
In any case, it's a bit
It's-
supervisory.
Damn it.
What's
Get something
been
going there.
going on in Wimston?
What are you wearing?
I'm
What are
sorry.
you wearing? He points at Godfrey's face.
It's a mask.
Yeah, but why?
It's...
Is it customary
Is
for
that-
the Wimston Carousel Court to make comment on members from visiting courts?
No, ma'am.
I didn't
No,
think so.
I'm sorry. I just got distracted. Well, people are missing. People are missing.
Mhm.
They're going missing. More people are going missing. And it just seems to be all people everywhere, which is, kind of concerning. And there's only 3 of us. So,
Who are the others?
Carling.
Carling?
Yeah. And Morthos.
Morthos.
Yeah, he's in charge.
Morthos is in charge. Great.
And where would we find your compatriots?
Carling's probably at home asleep or eating dinner with her dad. And
Sorry,
Morthos. Yeah. What?
her father?
Yeah.
May I ask the age of this recruit?
She says she's 14, but I think she's 12.
Scylla's gonna rub her temples again.
That tracks, honestly, for the court. It sort of does.
I mean, she's better at some things than I am.
You don't say.
Yeah.
That's
And
amazing.
Morthos?
She set up the trap at the HQ. She brings me lots of food. But she's kind of upset right now, so maybe don't piss her off because she can be a little, she's got kind of a short trigger.
All right, good to know.
And where would we find this Carling?
She lives with her dad in the cottage, northwest side of town.
And
Or at the
what-
headquarters. We're there during the day sometimes.
What about Morthos?
Oh, he's a blacksmith in town.
Really?
Tall, yellow skin, tiefling, kind of hard to miss.
Sounds fascinating.
He's kind of a bummer.
What do you mean a bummer?
A bummer.
You know what? You just gotta meet him. Isn't that right, Sally? He pats the butt of the horse.
All right, well, thank you, Kevin. This has been very useful. Very helpful.
Yeah, you want to go to HQ tomorrow?
That would be important, yes.
Okay. Well, I have to feed the horses and clean the stalls and brush them and pick their hooves and braid their manes and then take them to the pasture. And then I could go. But really, I have to be back in time for nap time. And then I have to feed them again and bring them back here.
Okay, so the time frame would be sometime around noon then? Midday?
Yeah.
All right. Wonderful. Thank you, Kevin.
Uh-huh. Yep.
You get all that done before noon?
Do you want to nap with the horses? It's really cool and fun. And
Okay.
George over there, he gets kind of sad because no one wants to ever, hang out with him. He kind of smells.
I want to.
He kind of smells.
I want to hang out with them. Edward does. Not.
He points over to, this very skinny, old, all black horse with, kind of glassy eyes. And just, looks up and the oats that it's eating just fall out of his mouth as he's chomping.
Well, I think we should go inquire with other members of the court. Perhaps just sort of do a full inventory of your capabilities and membership. Just very much take inventory. No, not an audit of any kind. No one's going to be, say, kicked out or disavowed or anything like that. It's fine.
All right. It's about a 3-hour walk to HQ. We found this really cool place in the woods. We figured out of town is best.
That would be wise.
Tracks.
Okay.
Actually, 3 hours there, and nap time, and feeding.
All right, Kevin, I have to get going. So thank you. We will meet back up with you sometime tomorrow. All right? Be good and be sure to be discreet. Okay?
CC.
Yeah, maybe not whisper hiss that at people who you don't know.
It's so fun.
It sounds very fun, but it's not very discreet, is it?
Oh, yeah. Okay.
You're doing good. Keep up the good work.
Thank you.
And Godfrey will walk out of the stables.
This man needs a calendar, and you know where you can get your own calendar. And you do.
This ad brought to you by Ed's Brain.
Is Ed just Sam Riegel?
Kevin's not sure if it's the 5th of Fievel or the...
Or the 5th of Fifthel.
I gained inspiration.
Ed gets inspiration. Sure.
Yeah, that was amazing.
Oh no, I got...
Hey, you get inspiration.
I like how Godfrey also just I'm a head out in Kevin.
Yeah, I think Morgus just kind of looks up at Sille and goes, I smell cheese. I'm going to go make some grilled cheese with it. Bye.
Does he ever take that thing off?
Sille looks at Kevin and goes, I'm done here, and turns on her heel and walks out.
Okay. All right. Every time. You walk back in. Livy and Ziba are... I assume you're still sitting at the bar.
We were gonna go find them once we had our letter mailed.
Okay. By the time you have that conversation with Aurora and you write down your P.O. box address, the rest of the party makes it back inside. That is a wrap. Thank you so much for listening. Short outro here. I just want to say we're super close to our Patreon goal. If you can support us in any way, it's much appreciated. But even more than that, we appreciate being able to bring a light into your day, or some brevity, some comedy, some fantasy. And I hope that you help support us so that we can continue to do that. Intro and outro by Nolan Clock. Everything else by myself and the cast. Have a great day.